it feel to reunite with the Guardians family?
It's to be able to reunite with the Guardians. It feels amazing. This is the third and final installment of a trilogy that's been life changing to all of us. So we're really just trying to savor it and take it in. It's felt great.
What would you say is the tone of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Um, the tone of Volume Three is similar to one and to two. It's irreverent, uh, grand, emotional, spectacular, colorful, vibrant, strange. There are the notes of emotion are perhaps plucked a little harder in this volume than previous, just because of the stakes of the characters and the origin story for our beloved Rocket is one that is fairly traumatic, and so the tone is the same. They're just maybe a little bit more emotional than before.
We find Peter Quill in a different place mentally when the film opens. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Quill's a person who's always defined himself by, well, ever since Guardians 1, has defined himself by being the leader of this band of misfits, and Guardians 2 defines himself again by having been raised by Yondu. He has a deeper understanding of who he is, but everyone keeps he keeps losing. Everyone keeps dying on him. So his identity is a guy who keeps losing everyone who's close to him. And now Gamora is essentially dead. The version of her that's back is not the same version as the one that he fell in love with. They don't have the same shared communal experiences. So it's emotional. It's painful, and he's struggling.
There's a lot of emotion for your character in this one. As an actor, what did you like most about expanding your range in this part and why?
Well, I think as a person who's in the business of creating a performance or art, you're always desperate to test yourself and to expand your abilities. And I had the opportunity to do that on this in regards to the emotions surrounding Gamora and Rocket.
Tell us about the music and the needle drop moments.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of really great Guardians of the Galaxy have been now. People come to know the Guardians of the Galaxy by the music, and in this, it's no different. The only difference is that we expand various other decades, 80s, 90s, and the year 2000s as well, in the music. So yeah, we've got really extraordinary needle drop moments. Creep at the opening is really sets the tone for what this installment is, and is stripped down version of the Radiohead song that a lot of people haven't heard, which is pretty cool. It's a limited release, and so people will be hearing this version, uh, which is really just Tom York and a guitar, I think, and it's beautiful.
What can fans look forward to in terms of action on this film?
The action has really been elevated on this film, I think, due to not only the advent of smaller, high-speed cameras that don't require as much light as before. Uh, we've been able to, or James has been able to construct these action sequences and stitch together what appear to be long one shots, but while simultaneously going in and out of various shutter speeds. So it goes slow motion into really fast motion into ultra slow motion, like 1500 frame a second. Before, if you ever to do something that high speed, you would need a phantom camera and you would need a ton of light. And to do a long dynamic action sequence, for example, there's one during the movie No Sleep Till Brooklyn is playing, and it's all plays in this giant hallway as a long one shot. You never would literally be able to do an action sequence like that before the advent of these high speed, lightweight cameras. And combining that with the levels of animation that are put into it, it's unprecedented. So it's really groundbreaking, and I feel like I'm so proud of it. It's incredible.
What has it meant to you to work with James Gunn on this trilogy?
Oh man, James is the best. He's a really great dude. He's super funny. We have the same love language of, dark humor and cutting each other down. It's kind of it seems counterintuitive, but it's a way like we show each other that we love each other is to basically give each other free reign to be as funny and mean as possible. That's maybe it's a Midwest thing, but it's meant the world. I spoke at his wedding, and I cared deeply about him as a person outside of just his relationship to me as a director to an actor. We're friends, and it's been incredible. It's been incredible 10 years. I know I'll have him in my life forever, but the days of him directing me may be over, and so that in that regard, it's kind of sad.
What do you hope audiences will experience when they watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
I hope that the audience's experience was the same to mine in watching the film, because I am in the film, but I also am a fan of these films. And that is to feel as though they've been taken on a complete journey, that we never cheapened the original titles, that we honor the first two volumes, that we naturally allow it to grow, that we weren't cynically making decisions based on the longevity of the franchise with an eye on the business of like, oh, we better keep these around so we can do a bunch more episodes. This feels final, and I think that is less and less. That happens less and less when industry and art merge, like it does in big business Hollywood with these multi-million-dollar movies, billion-dollar franchises. It's pretty rare that people are willing to let them end in the way that best suits the story, not the way that best suits the business model. And because of that, you get to see really fresh, compelling, inventive storytelling, and I hope audiences appreciate that.